name's Mike Rushton from Tamarack Outdoors, and welcome to episode 4 of the Outdoorsman series. In this episode, we're in the mountains. So here we are in the beautiful Lake District. It's early September and the weather's absolutely glorious. I'm just on the edge of Buttermere, ready to go up to into Ennerdale. So we've got a 4-night wild camping and camping trip. I'm really looking forward to it. Beautiful. Just at the bottom of Salmilk Gill now, just before it enters into Buttermere. As you can see, I've got quite a bit of equipment with me. I've got my ribs, got my rucksack. And it's very important. It's your responsibility if you're going to come into areas like this that you're prepared both physically, you know how to navigate, your equipment's prepared, and you know how to use it properly. So that's one of your main responsibilities before you come into areas like this. So I've taken the opportunity to just have a quick break here on this lovely spot on Crummock Water. So I've got my coffee made. I'm just kicking back, just looking at the view. The importance of snacking as well on the trail, for me it's quite important. I don't tend to have sort of like a lunch time and have quite a big meal. I tend to sort of like every 2 to 3 hours snack along the trail, have a brew with sugar in, and then in the evening have a dehydrated meal, sort of like creamy pasta or a venison stew, along with a pudding, sort of like vanilla rice pudding or whatever. So I try and work on round about 5 calories per gram with all the food I'm actually taking. If it's below that, there's no point in taking it. So I'm going to enjoy this now, and then we're heading off up this way, up to our camp. So here we are in Camp 1. It's a wild camp tonight. I've just had a quick look round, looked at the town just behind me here, and the water quality is quite good. And also found a good dry level campsite for the evening, which is just behind me here as well. So obviously water is quite important. It's actually quite important just for life and health, and just to keep you clean, tidy, hydrated. So I actually spend a lot of time and a lot of research on bits of equipment to make just life that little bit easier. Throughout the day I actually use the water to go bottle, which is a filter bottle, and I just fill it up in little streams and creeks or tarns or whatever as I'm going, and I just rehydrate myself that way throughout the day. So now it's into the normal routine. Wash my body, wash my feet, powder my feet, change the socks. I'm just about to have some dinner, and the stuff that I use is this this Trek and Eat stuff, you have to rehydrate this 150 gram weight to 640 calories, which is quite high. So I'm going to get this cooked up and think about turning in. So actually descending a hill is more important than ascending a hill. This is where the euphoria of the day of topping out a mountain, which is the easy part, this is where accidents occur. So even down here, this is the worst bit. This wet grass, it's still early in the mornings, lots of dew, and it's a real slip hazard. There's rocks. So there's a few things you can do. Never put your hands into something or in your pockets. Yeah, if you do fall, there's no way you can actually break your fall with your arms. So have your arms out like this, and then small steps, and if you can, sort of like make an S or traverse around. Yeah, and then just do a switch and then traverse back round again. Always looking at where you're next going to plant your foot. I've just come through into another settlement on the side of Ennerdale, and I came across this. Obviously for me this is just a nightmare. This is why the likes of us can't light fires and cook through idiots like this who leave a fire pit like this. First of all, we're in the middle of a national park. There's a blanket fire ban in national parks throughout the nation, with the odd exception now of some campsites allowing raised fires. So that there's the way we're going. This is that's Blacksail Pass, and then we're going to head down into Mosedale Valley and then into Lostdale Head, where we'll be camping at the Lostdale Head campsite. So here we are on the morning of day 3, and I'm just over a footbridge over Gable Beck, and I'm going up the valley, up Lingmel Beck, up to Styhead Tarn. Any opportunity throughout the day, especially a day like today, it's around about 21 degrees now at 10 o'clock in the morning. You need to start rehydrating, and this is where the water to go bottle comes into its own. Obviously it filters and purifies water as it goes. So this little stream coming off Great Gable, I can always top up the water, rehydrate. The actual technique of walking uphill is actually quite a difficult one to master, and it's all about down to you and what you're carrying and your fitness. As you can see, I'm walking up this stone path and just taking very, very small steps. I don't want any lunging steps, just being wary of my foot placement all the time, and I'm going up to a pace where it's nice and steady and I can walk pretty much right to the top of anything on this pace. That down there is Styhead Tarn. It's still very warm. It's around about 1:45 in the afternoon now. Well, we just had lunch down at Styhead Tarn, and this is Great Gable here and Green Gable on this side, and this is a track called Arran Slack. It's quite a steep track, probably about 1 kilometre long measured on the map from Styhead Tarn up to the Windy Gap, which is about 750 metres. So here we are at a place called Windy Gap, looking down into the Ennerdale Valley, and I'll be back in this area again in just a few months in winter. So here I am in the Lake District, from carry on from our summer section of this DVD, and it's early February, winter, and I'm heading down this way to camp at Seathwaite Farm for the evening. So an early start from Seathwaite Farm campsite this morning. off for a couple of days wild camping. So absolutely freezing this morning, but I think it's going to be a lovely day ahead. So I've come up to about 350 metres now, just right on the snow line, and you can see just down the track that I need to go, it's starting to turn into snow and ice. So at this point I've got to consider a little bit of safety, and the piece of equipment that I use, it's the Cumbrian microspikes. Just put them on like you would a slipper or something. Put them on like this, get that bar on the toe cap, and then just pull them on over the back like that, and then just adjust them where you need to. So we come up a little bit high now on this quite a steep slope, and I've just got the ice axe out. I just think on this small section I just need it just for a little bit of security. But I can actually use this as pretty much like a walking pole really, and the slope's running this way. You probably can't see it from the angle of the camera. The slope's running this way, so I want the ice axe on the uphill slope, on the uphill hand all the time. In case I do slip, then I can do a self-arrest technique. So every now and again you can come, get yourself in a good position and just bang the boot just to bang the snow off. I've passed this area a few times in the past, and I've sort of like earmarked it for a campsite, which I think tonight's going to be excellent. I need to prepare my ground first. I just want to get rid of this snow. The ground's quite solid underneath, and it's still partly frozen. This is the Grivel steel blade, which can be used like this, and also integral with the ice axe itself, so it becomes a spade. So I'm just going to clear this area now. In winter you need some equipment that's over and above what you'd normally take, especially in the mountains. First of all, what you've got to bear in mind is it's a lot colder, so you'll need a lot more calories, so that means maybe taking more food and more snacks of higher calorific value. Looking at the extremities, so the hands and the head, normal mountain wear is this wind and waterproof fleece hat with a buff and some fleecy gloves. But on top of that, if it comes in really cold, I use some of these. These are a fleece lined Pertex outer 3-finger mitt. Then my sleep gear. I'm still using the Thermarest Navis sleeping bag, but then I go for a higher R value in mat. So in here I've got the Thermarest X-Therm, which has got an R value of about 5.7. So in other words, what that means is it actually reflects heat back to me instead of losing my heat away into the ground. This is my down trousers and down jacket, so that in cooperation with the Navis, I can probably, my rating's round about -15, which is more than enough for the Lake District in winter. And then, not so much today, but the previous days that I've been here, there've been quite a lot of sun, so some eye protection's quite good. These are Julbo Dirts, and I always go for a Spectron 3 lens, so it's quite a reflective lens. I find these of real use. These are, yeah, again, Julbo, the same as the sunglasses, but these are a goggle, but they're a category 0, so in other words, they're clear plastic. Which is great for the weather we get in the UK, especially in the mountain areas. I can put these on, I can still navigate, I'm not getting snow and sleet and ice in my eyes and stuff, so they're a real bonus. So now that my camp's set up, I'm just ready to have a meal for the evening, and I'm quite happy with where I am now. I've got a couple more days out, so I'm really looking forward to it. The weather looks good and promising. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you again soon.